Hey everyone, it's Anya. Welcome back to my channel. And today I am here with my weekly empties, and I only have a few parcels in this basket for my home fragrance enjoyment and the first bit of October. I have quite a few things that I have been really loving on this week, and I'm really excited to talk about it. So if you want to know what I gravitated towards this week, then just stay tuned. So I have to make this quick because I have dinner simmering on the stove right now, making deconstructed porcupine meatballs. I don't even know where I got the recipe. I mean, it's my mom's recipe, but like the original recipe, it's basically like they call them porcupine meatballs because they have rice in with the ground. You can use beef. I use ground turkey because it's more affordable for me. And you can either use tomato soup or cream of mushroom soup, and today I'm doing the cream of mushroom soup variation but deconstructed, so it's actually minced in the pot versus balled up, and the gravy's all mixed in with it. So the mushroom soup, which is basically mushroom gravy in my opinion. Anyway, that's what I'm having for dinner. I am absolutely starving. It smells phenomenal. Haven't even put any wax in. Just came home from work and I'm like, I need to start dinner because I am starving. I'm running on a breakfast burrito and an Elena, the energy drink with like the really colorful tins. Had one of those today, as well as 2 cups of coffee. That's all I've had. And a string cheese. That's all I've had to fuel my whole day. And it was an insane day today at work. So all the jibber jabber. Okay, so I do have some parcels here, and we'll hit those first, and then I will get into some empties. And I have finished quite a bit. Oh, partial. That's a partial. Okay, anything else? Yes. Okay. So sorry. I tried to get my crap together for this crap and for the show. And I don't ever seem to have my crap together. Okay. I have 5 vendors and 2 partial Scentsy bars to talk about. So the first one, I melted. Today is October 3rd from L3 on October 3rd because I'm that girl now. I freaking love this. This was poured, or I received this in March of 2024, and y'all, this is so rich. Palo Santo Sugar Cookie Royale and Toasted Marshmallow. I first melted this in the kitchen, and it like had some hang time, man. Like it was in the kitchen for 2, almost 3 days, and this was so nice. Like this is a very rich toasted marshmallow, which is for me the most predominant note. Then I get the sugar cookie. This one I'm not getting a lot of Palo in. I can smell it on cold, but I can't smell it in the warmers. So I used about that much. I've done 2 different melts. I can't even remember where I melted it the second time, but I know I melted once in the kitchen. Absolutely love this, and I will love on some more of that this fall and winter. From South of Sanity, I melted half of my clam here of Halloween night in an overnight melt. Oh, you guys, this is so good. If you like, it kind of gives me like petrichor vibes, but also like this spooky woods. There's a little hint of like clean. It's like clean and dirty at the same time. I have no idea how else to describe it. I think I have this oil, and it is a beast. I only use 3 cubes in my living room, and I can smell this from my bedroom with the door cracked. Like, this is a great vibe for like when you're wanting to have like say like a damp, cool fall night. The rains have just come through. You're kind of getting like moss, and you can kind of smell like the pine needles and the leaves, the wet soil, but it's also refreshing. Halloween night from South of Sanity, chef's kiss. comparison, Graveyard Mist from Dessa's is very similar to this. If you haven't tried South of Sanity, but you have wanted something similar, Graveyard Mist from Dessa's is very similar. Speaking of Dessa's, I melted through half of my breakaway bar here of La Patisserie, and I melted this in whatever warmers that were empty from, I melted both of these together, but this is empty. So Pumpkin Honey Spice from Scentsy. This is like one of the new harvest scents. I don't know why, you guys, but I get churro churro vibes from this. I don't get a lot of pumpkin. I get like more cinnamon in here than I do in churro churro, but it still gives me like this pastry dough scent. And I don't know how else to just like depict exactly what I'm sniffing. I don't smell pumpkin at all. I don't even smell honey. There's a sweetness to it, but it's not like how Scentsy has done honey in the past. I liked it. I really liked it even more with La Patisserie from Dessa's, which has pastry dough, caramelized sugar, sweet buttercream, and cinnamon sugar. It was phenomenal. This was amazing, and I can't wait to melt the rest of this. I have a feeling that I might be using this as like as a add-in, like a mix kind of, but an alternating warmers with some more fall bakery. So La Patisserie is absolutely delicious, great performer, and I would definitely get a bigger size. Speaking of great performers, I have 4 squares of Angel's Touch here in my bedroom currently. This is on day 2 now. Absolutely love this. This is the Angel Share dupe. This is cognac, cinnamon, hazelnut, vanilla, and oak wood. I absolutely love this scent. This is amazing mixed on its own. I mean, mixed, but also on its own. I don't know why I've never had this in perfume before. I imagine the Killian's is probably expensive AF, but I am here for it in wax to enjoy in my home. Stunning. Stunning. And I love the longevity of Sassy Girl. But honestly, anything that I've had this specific oil in wax form, I've had it from 2 different vendors so far. I don't know if Second and Spruce has done that yet, but the 2 vendors that I've had the Angel Share type from, that oil has some longevity in wax, so love that. My next partial for vendor is I have melted some more of Creep Show of my loaf here. This is from last year. This is my favorite pumpkin scent, bakery scent, and I know it's a pumpkin sugar donut, but Creep Show has pumpkin sugar donuts, marshmallow fireside type, sugar cookies, creamy cheesecake, graham crackers, marshmallow cream, and a hint of sweet spice. So there's just a lot of rich notes with this pumpkin sugar donut, and I feel like the graham cracker crust or graham cracker amps up like the brown sugar gourmand notes that's in this. This is like the air good. I get the marshmallow fireside. I love the sweet spice in here, and it is such a great performer, and I have plans on obtaining more in the RTS, so stay away from Creep Show because it's all mine. I want it. But yeah, so I didn't go in on the pre-order, but I will be going in on the RTS for some Creep Show for sure. And then lastly, I have melted 2 cubes of each of these bars here in my bedroom because I got my club in, and these 2 bars were in my club. Bonfire Beach and Barefoot Beach. So Susan Fitzpatrick had talked about mixing Bonfire Beach and Barefoot Beach either in alternating warmers or together, and I melted them together here in my bedroom. Oh my gosh, such a beautiful combination. I had not tried Barefoot Beach yet, so I put it in my club so I could try it. I love this. This is like summer. This is like the daytime version of Bonfire Beach. This has more like driftwood, aquatic, airy, fluffy summer vibes, coconut or macadamia. I don't remember if there's caramel in here, but I don't get any caramel. This is, I would totally wear this. This is so pretty. It does kind of give me, I can see why people were comparing this to like a Sol de Janeiro. It does give me like that vibe, but it's not at all like a boom boom scent to me at all. It's more fresh. It's not as heavy and not as dense as Boom Boom, but it is stunning. And I mixed both cubes in both of my warmers here in the bedroom. Bonfire Beach is a staple for me year round. This one's like the more feminine daytime version versus the nighttime cozy version. Two beach scents I will absolutely die without if I don't have them in my club, and I'm glad I kept them both. Let's get into segueing towards the Empties for Scentsy that I have. I finished off 5 bars and 1 tester. So the tester I actually finished off today is Sips of Cider. I normally like orange, spiced orange scents. This has like a tree note with it, and I'm not a fan. I would rather have like the mold orange spice by itself. I don't know. I am curious about to see what a full bar would be like, but this is a strong performer with just this tester in my bathroom. So I mean, it's a great one. So in terms of throw and longevity, which is also surprising considering it's an orange scent. So knock that one out. Okay. Well, I don't know. Churro. I know I mentioned this before. I melted this with something. One of these bars here. Oh, I know what I did. Okay, so I melted this bar of churro with the last 3 cubes here of cider milk and cookies from Second and Spruce to give me some more bakery, but also to be able to enjoy this. This was stronger than this was, but y'all, this was absolutely beautiful, delicious, yummy. Churro is fried pastry, supposed to have cinnamon sugar. I don't get much of that. It's a club bar for me. It performs at a medium for me as well, but I still love it enough to hold on to it. Cider milk and cookies. I need Erica to bring this back. This is so good. Apple cider donuts, milk and cookies, and a subtle hint of caramel. So this is basically Cider Lane with apple cider donut and her milk and cookies. Absolutely delicious. I need a tub of this at least. Yum. Beautiful day. I also melted this is a club bar, but I had a few of these in my stash. So I have Scarlet Sunflower. This is such a beast. So refreshing, but fruity. Still ties in with the fall. This is cranberry, apple, and Scarlet Sunflower. It's just a floral musk to me, and it's just more fruit than floral, and absolutely a banger in my home. It's a club bar, retired as well. Okay, and then to the 3 scents that I had never tried before. 2 are new releases this year. 1 is a retired scent. So today I actually melted the Peanuts Snoopy's Autumn Adventure. Oh my goodness, you guys. I love this. This has brown sugar. It has warm vanilla, little hints of spice, but there is a beautiful like baked apple in here, but it's a fresh, like right before it starts becoming this stewed apple. I absolutely love this. I'm gonna keep this in my club. Absolutely love this. It's a great performer. This was very room filling. I did this whole bar in my living room. Looking forward to getting some more of that. Absolutely yummy. We already talked about pumpkin honey spice. I mean, I like it, but it's not like my go-to pumpkin. And Scary Good. So I had popped a bar of this in my club along with Gimme Candy, and I have since taken both of these out of my club. I regret taking out Gimme Candy. This, it's just too much clove for me. There's like a toasted butterscotch note in this, as well as like a baked pumpkin. And it said something about cinnamon. I don't get any cinnamon. This is all clove, pumpkin, and toasted butterscotch. Also didn't get much of the butterscotch. I can see why people might like it, but I am not a fan. I would rather have like a bakery pumpkin with cinnamon versus clove. Okay, on to vendor. I don't have a lot of vendor in here, but I've enjoyed everything I've melted. Refilled my tea lights. These are Dollar Tree tea lights, and also refilled on some cotton balls from good old Dollar Tree as well. I finished Teddy Beads. I've finished a sample or melted the sample of Velvet Chai and Oak. I really like this on cold. I just don't remember what it was like on warm when I melted it. I don't know, but it would be repurchased. I would love to get a bigger size of that. From Salt and Mountain Melts, I finished up my tub here of Black Cat Society. This is apple cider donut, blackberry, and sugar cookie. Such a beautiful, fruity but gourmand scent. Her blackberry was just so good. I absolutely loved all of the blackberry scents that I've tried from Amanda. This was such a beast. Like, this is just so yummy. If you wanted like something festive for the fall but not too spicy, this was like a go-to for me. And I melted the last third of this tub all throughout the living room, and I highly enjoyed that, and I will miss Black Cat. Another one that I have finished off from Second and Spruce, Chai Pumpkin. This was from the fall to winter pre-order last year. This is pumpkin chai, sugar cookies, pumpkin buttercream, pumpkin marshmallow cream, and pumpkin roll. I absolutely loved this. This and cider milk and cookies have been absolute beasts. And I used the whole clam. I didn't like split it like I did with cider milk and cookies. Warm, beautiful chai moment. Definitely get pumpkin, but that chai comes through. You get the ginger and the cardamom and the deliciousness. Cozy, perfect beast. Y'all want to talk about a beast? This is from Lavender and Speckles and part of the Earl Grey sampler. And this one knocked my freaking socks off. Earl Grey, roasted pine cones, and linen. I don't know who came up with the blends that were a part of this, but this was so good. I melted this clam in the kitchen. That's the main time. Like, I got 2 to 3 days out of each time I melted it. 2 cubes. 1 cube in my warmer and 1 cube in my crock. The linen in here was not too heavy. I liked how the roasted pine cones just kind of gave it like a outdoorsy vibe, but it was still creamy. And then the bergamot tea from the Earl Grey. This would definitely be a repurchase for me. I absolutely love that blend. From Dessa's, I melted my tile here of Sinister. I think this is one of the first days of October. Chestnuts and brown sugar, raw cedarwood, Palo Santo, and vanilla voodoo. Just a really nutty vanilla voodoo with that raw cedarwood. I don't know what magic. This is just dark, mysterious, and absolutely lovely. I want to get that again. I enjoyed that a lot. And then another one from Dessa's. I finished up my brittle bar here of Blackberry Buckle. I absolutely love this, and I would get some more. This is buttery cake batter and sweet blackberries. This performed very strong in my living room with the air conditioning. So stupid that we're running air conditioning in fall, but whatever, it's Alabama. I loved this, and I'm very glad that I finished that off. And you guys, I finished up a loaf of Gimme All the Carbs from L3 Waxy Wonders. This is an absolute love for me. This is fresh baked bread, zucchini bread, and cinnamon sugar pretzel. If you like bready bakery, I highly recommend this, as well as cookie cottage. It's so good. It's balanced so well. And this one performed so fantastically. I've melted this in the bedroom, kitchen, living room, all the things. If you wanted to add some more bready goodness to what you're melting, say like pumpkin or apple, any sort of like gourmand, this pairs very well with all things. So I got a loaf out of my stash, whoop whoop, and then 3 here that I melted from myself. From last year's offer, I melted I Bite. This has pumpkin apple type, cider donuts, and radiant red maple type. The pumpkin apple and radiant red maple, I believe, are both Bath & Body Works dupes. And the pumpkin apple has a musk note, which definitely, these are equal parts in this though. But this is definitely an apple forward scent, because radiant red maple also has apple. That one has red apple, I want to say toasted marshmallow, maple, like a hint of maple, and like smoked woods. But this is a cidery apple, but also not at the same time. It's just a very musky apple in the best way possible. Such a great performer. This was a 5-ounce souffle, and I've melted this several times, living room, bathroom, and in the kitchen, and I'm very pleased with how that came out. Another one that I am head over heels for, and I'm so glad I saved myself a couple of these souffles. This is Don't Tempt Me in the souffle version. There were scent layers, but also in the clam, but the clam had more pretzel, more of the pretzel, glazed donuts, vanilla buttercream crunch, and vanilla cream, versus the wild berry tarts and strawberry jelly donuts. This one, the souffles were sandwiched. The berry gourmand was at the bottom, the pretzel blend was in the middle, and then more berry on top. I loved how this came out. This was just a beautiful berry, rich, warm pretzel blend. Oh my gosh, I love the wild berry tarts, and I love the strawberry jelly donuts. These 2 oils by themselves are fantastic, and you add in that pretzel with the donuts. I feel like for me, the donuts and the vanilla cream just added some fluffy little vanilla tones, but that vanilla buttercream crunch gives it some richness. Great performer. Absolutely obsessed. So good. And then I have a souffle here of something I melted that I don't have labeled, so let's see. Oh, this was a sugared cronut and a blackberry shortbread. Something else too, but those are the predominant notes in this, and I melted this in the living room. I love that as well. I like the heavier bakery, like more bready things. Even if they're not spiced, I like those vibes as well in the winter time, or fall and winter. But that is everything that I got through this week. I hope you guys are melting some amazing things this fall. I can't wait to check on some more empty videos from my friends here in the community, and I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your week. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.